Hello, and welcome back to the Summoner's Guide to Final Fantasy XIV. Big ol' spoiler alert here, as we are going into the level 80 story dungeon, Amaurot, where we witness the fall of the great city and are taught a little bit of the history of the Ascians by Emmett Selk.
Welcome to the final days of Amaurot.
This is just a great dungeon. No better way to put it. It's
the fabric of our
really
star
good.
Began to fray, and the unchecked energies of creation begat malformed
Definitely the
beasts.
best final story dungeon in the game so far. Trash pulls are pretty standard for the most part, though there are a few things you gotta watch out for. In particular, you gotta watch out for those bombs that are gonna tether to a DPS. I like to make sure to get, yeah, and if you do get that tether, you want to make sure to stack it on the group. Alright, they're not moving it into the group, so I'm just going to keep refreshing my... I'm going to keep refreshing the dots on it in hopes of get that taken care of. But yeah, you want to, if you get tethered, you want to move that tether into the group with the rest of it so that we can AoE them down. Because the tethers you will continue to hurt you, and it'll hurt you pretty bad when it self-destructs at the end, too. At this point, enough people have played this dungeon that the healers will usually keep that in mind and keep you alive. But just keep an eye out if you get that tether, and keep the ad with the group as best you can. Alright, now this time I'm tethered. Oh, I'm tethered to that one. Usually the healer is tethered to that one. Now, that particular ad will actually, as you saw happen to me, produce healing magic. Summoners don't really have healing. They have the ability to heal, but their healing magic potency is so low that having a healing magic down debuff is kind of ridiculous. So actually, it's not bad that I'm the one tethered to that particular ad. But if the healer is tethered to the ad, which is usually what happens, you'll want to make sure that that ad dies first.
Just as prayer gives rise to pride, our dread made manifest our deepest fears.
Okay, so first boss, a lot of dodging to worry about. Oh, did I not mention? I'm at level 80, so I have level 80 abilities. Most notably, you'll notice when I'm in Firebird Trance, Phoenix is out. When Phoenix is out, you'll get a slight regen on everybody. Otherwise, it basically acts just like Bahamut. You get an Enkindle ability to unleash its ultimate. It'll do attacks when you do attacks. It's just a lot more magical mojo. Now, what you just saw happening when you get those big markers on you, you need to not do what I'm about. Yeah, I was stupid. I didn't get out of the way. Okay. Remember how to play this dungeon. So when those circles drop, they'll drop meteors, and you need a line of sight that attack the final sky with those meteors. That's the problem with trying to talk and play at the same time. You forget the mechanics. And then immediately after that's done, one of the buildings will fall, and almost all of the arena will be covered in an attack. And don't get hit by it. Alright, this time I'm going to do it right. Except I'm going to get out of the way of that. Still have some time. Yeah, you just need to line of sight the boss with the meteors. And then you'll survive. And then watch for the AoE, get to the one side that you rather than safe, and you're good. And it's just repeating these mechanics throughout the fight. Except you're just going to keep having those AoEs drop that make your life miserable. But yeah, Phoenix. You're going to use the same attacks that you would do in Firebird Trance. Except now you're going to have Enkindle Phoenix, which will refresh every 10 seconds. Just like the Bahamut Kindle. Yeah, just a lot of things to dodge. I'm just gonna eat that one. I don't like the idea of eating it, but we're gonna beat this guy. Alright, so that's the first boss. Hopefully I won't make any more stupid mistakes. There's going to be some more tether enemies to worry about in these next couple pulls, so just watch for them. It's like I keep getting tethered with the healer debuff enemy. Which again, really, I don't call that a bad thing. there's at least one more of the bomb ads to worry about. But yeah, a lot of dodging makes casters' lives interesting.
Cities burned. The waters ran red with blood.
I'm sure there's another tether monster coming up. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, big blue thing in the distance. Alright, looks like I'm getting all the tethers today. So I'm going to run the tether into the group. Alright, so that's gone. I don't have to worry about the self-destruct anymore. No, I'm actually going to keep Garuda out for the next boss, because I know it's coming. So this next boss is actually a glorified trash bowl. So keeping Garuda out is what I want to be doing, just to have her ready for the second phase of this fight. Alright, first phase of this fight, you do want to drop as much damage on the boss as you can, but at the same time, I want to save my big AoE attacks for the second phase. So it's going to withdraw, and we're going to see lots and lots and lots and lots of ads. As always, run the tethers into the middle. Deal with the detonators as quickly as possible. This part always makes me a little nervous. But as you can see, really all it is just killing a bunch of ads as quickly as you can. Alright, I'm switching back to Ifrit. Because now the boss is going to come back and is going to cast its Enrage. So we need to kill this boss ASAP. It's going to be a close call. Ah, we got it.
Yet this is far from the worst of it. Come, and I will show you.
Alright, head into the flu.
Just a little favor.
No, I didn't want
You
to
will
Ifrit
see
out.
the end of a world.
Still no caster gear. Alright. This is just a gauntlet of trash pulls. And yes, there's still going to be some tether enemies to worry about. Fairly uneventful. They're just, the enemies are going to hit hard, and you got to worry about the tethers. And guess who got the tether? Again, really not much to talk about here. Just burn these things down best you can. Dodge all the AoEs that are continuously coming in on you from that giant slot machine monster back there.
The star was fading. We saw we had to weave its laws anew.
Times you will have the tanks pull everything in a quadrant or in a section here. So really, you're probably most often going to see this done in 2 pulls. But again, it just depends on how comfortable the party is in general, and the tank in particular. There's any more tether monsters here. Nope. keep it coming. Alright, this guy's almost down, at which point we're going to take on
us and our goal.
the boss. I will say, looking down on the planet as it burns while fighting this boss, it's an incredible aesthetic. Alright, now it's time to fight the big slot machine. Alright, so, in this boss there's just a bunch of things you gotta watch for. First thing is when he does that attack. You need to get yourself off to one of these little nubs on the side of the arena, and stay there until you don't see the blinding light on the side. Now you'll notice what happens after all this is some of those platforms are going to start glowing purple. Don't be standing on a glowing purple platform when he does that attack. It's going to disappear, like that one up there on the left. That one is going to be, that one's going to dissolve next time he uses that attack, so you don't want to be standing on it. Oh, yeah. Watch out for that. The beams come from the sides, and then they're going to come from the opposite sides, in the opposite pattern. I don't know if there's actually a way to determine what direction the first set of beams is coming from, but they don't hurt you enough to really worry about it. Just make sure if you take damage when that attack begins, you get the heck out of the way. When he casts Deathly Array, watch for it, because it's going to be another persistent attack. And if you're in the persistent attack, get out. Simple concept, simple concept. He's gonna be, he's gonna do that attack a second time, so get to the little nubs outside. This is a wonderful time to refresh your dots. Now this actually works out to something of a soft enrage, because eventually all those little nubs are gonna be gone. You're not going to have anywhere else to go when he does that attack. But we've got him down to about 50 at this point, so we should be in pretty good shape. Alright, Deathly Array, so it's going to be the beams coming from the sides. Alright, so it actually did the one I was on. Alright, so now I need to get to the other one. There we go. Excuse me. Oh, time for Firebird. Deathly Array, watch where it goes. Where did it go? Oh, way over there. Apocalypse, let's get to the side. Alright, we're gonna of space here. I'm a little concerned now about I think we still got enough going to take this, but it could be a little tricky. Well, we still have enough to survive one more run of Apocalypsis. We have one more platform that's still safe, so I think we got enough to get it. I'm going to go ahead and cast the caster limit break here. Alright, now we should be in great shape. We'll get this down before. So there you have it, just a bunch of dodging, and hopefully you get enough damage off in time. So, we're going to cut out now, because the cutscene that's coming up is the best cutscene in the game, and major spoilerific, but then again, seeing these dungeons and these fights is major spoilerific. So when we come back, we will face the end boss of Shadowbringers. Until then, have a wonderful day.